Mike's Daily Podcast.
This is episode 1032. Hello.
That was a lucky guess, wasn't it?
It's Mike Matthews. That's Hayley the Semi.
Hello.
This
It is Hayley the Semi.
is
Mike, my friend.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Not working properly.
What should I do?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, here's a song I'll sing to help you fix your fridge. You gotta get in there and you gotta dig out all the old olives and stuff that's decomposing. There might even be a body back there if it's imposing.
That's why it needs to be cold.
Right.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
If the body thaws, there will be evidence.
Mike's
And I
Daily
will go to jail
Podcast.
for murdering
Yeah!
the Skype.
We're doing our best voice. We're doing our best, like, robotic generated voices here.
Yes, that was our robotic generated voices for videos on YouTube.
Our robotic generated voices.
We talked about that on some other podcast.
Some other podcasts, bringing it back around. You know the drill.
That's how we work here. You have to have listened to 17 volumes of this podcast to understand it.
There's so many layers.
It's vast. So we're just getting over the President's Day weekend and Valentine's Day weekend. How was your
true.
Valentine's, Hayley?
Oh, it was average. I mean, it was cool. Like, my legs were tired at the end of it because Becca and I were just walking all over the place and we were doing some price shopping, window shopping type stuff.
Oh,
for some things.
that's fun. You get together.
But both of our phone contracts are expiring soon, so we were shopping around for that.
Oh.
And then she wants to get a TV for her room, so we were shopping around that and like a TV stand and all sorts of different stuff. So
Don't forget, you get a discount through your company. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mac. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing?
And to Disgruntled Fiddle Player tell you what?
What?
Well, I was gonna say something about Trump Cruiser.
Oh, yeah, the South Carolina primary thing is today.
oh, is it? Oh.
I have Fox News on in the other room.
I love Fox News. Oh my God. Fox News is great. It's all Trump, all blondes with short skirts all the time.
Now I'm just imagining Trump in a short skirt and it's freaking me out.
Yeah, I don't think he waxes his legs or anything, because
No.
I'm sure he'd have hairy
I hope
appendage-
he does.
You hope he has hairy appendages?
If he waxes his legs, I would consider voting for him.
Really?
Hear that, Trump? That's how you get my vote. Wax your legs. And wear a short skirt.
Yeah. And do a... Oh, look who else walked in.
Hello, Mike. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh boy.
Brewmaster, do you wax your legs?
Yes, I'm as smooth as a surfboard.
Oh.
Ah.
That's great. Do you serve?
Yeah. I'll cut you. See an enemy.
What?
You're my sea and then an enemy. My arch.
Whoa, that was shocking.
Anemone.
Is the anemone of my anemone my friend?
Frenenemy.
My frenemy? And this is why you listen to this podcast. Because you didn't expect that to happen, did you? No.
Who are you talking to?
This finger. I call him Pinky.
It's weird considering it's your middle finger.
My hands are messed up, okay? I was created by a German doctor in some laboratory somewhere.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar, I have created some Mike Matthews. Oh, yes.
It's my ultimate creation.
Mark, you guys are silly.
Not a German accent in the slightest.
Hayley, my favorite band is Oingo Boingo.
Ooh, nice, interesting choice. Nice choice. Interesting choice.
From my heart and from my hands, why don't people understand my creation? Weird science. Ooh.
I would think you'd like country more.
Nah. I'm into Meghan Trainor.
Oh no!
Oh, now we need that sound effect. Oh well. Yeah, Meghan Trainor won Best New Artist, and we're upset about that because
she didn't deserve it.
Who was the girl you liked?
There was a couple people that I liked that were in the listing. I wanted Courtney Barnett to win.
Courtney Barnett from Australia
Barnett had a good sound.
I like her
the
sound.
Music. It's good.
You played me some.
It was great. I don't remember who the other one was that I knew. Not Sam Smith. Sam Smith was last year. I don't remember. But, I knew Meghan Trainor was going to win, though. Because Meghan Trainor has been all the buzz, and people are like, oh, I love your music. But I don't. I don't in the slightest. I don't like the way she talks. I don't like the way she walks. I don't like the way she moves. I don't like the way she sings. Okay, she sings all right.
Yeah.
But I don't like
I guess she's kind of bringing back a throwback to 50s thing. Because that I'm gonna love you it's kind of got that old soulful thing.
That malt shop kind of.
Malt shop!
Kind of what Finding Cannibals did. I'm not the man I used to be.
Great. That was good stuff.
What's your favorite malt shop song?
That's a great question. I like the chocolate malt song. What? No, a song that I hear in a malt shop. When I hear it, I go yes. Probably.
That's a good one.
Is that the Beach Boys?
No, it's probably
Chuck Berry?
Link Ray.
Oh, I like surf music.
I do like surf music quite a bit. At the Wiener Schnitzel near my house, that's all they play.
I love that Wiener Schnitzel.
You walk in there and they're playing Link Ray. They're playing Jive.
Hand jive. Hand jive. Do that crazy hand jive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all that stuff.
I like that Wiener Schnitzel near your house because it's on its own and it's a A-frame.
Yep.
Some of them aren't A-frames anymore.
I like that Wiener Schnitzel near my house because they mysteriously closed down around the time that they do all the inspections of the restaurants, and then they said they were remodeling, and then they opened again, and there was nothing remodeled.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. So it's very clearly they were outside of the limitations of the food inspections.
I'm not going to that Wiener Schnitzel ever. I'm scared now. I did want to get a pumpkin shake around October because I got that. Yeah, I know it's disgusting.
It's just the pumpkin shake.
Yeah.
I love pumpkin lattes. I can't stand pumpkin shakes. They're too sugary.
Yeah. I don't know where my head was at. I got to get right with my head.
I got to get myself right with the Lord.
Right with the Lord is what I got to do with the pumpkin shake. So I went there, they didn't have it. I'm like, what? But you were advertising it, and they're like, get out of here, sir, and take your dog with you.
And take your dog with you.
I would like to ask you a question that I just popped in my head. So I pulled this article that I'm going to read in the section, what am I doing? News Random. Mm-hmm. And this is from the, I'm going to talk with a French accent now. I think it's SF Weekly. Yeah, SF Weekly is a throwaway paper in San Francisco.
Yeah.
This issue, I wish I saved the rest of it. All I have is this one page. It had this guy. They had like 30 pages, 30 pictures of this guy smoking pot.
Cool.
And he was every shot was, the typical blowing smoke in the camera, and they take a picture, and there's a cloud in front of his face.
Right.
There were like 50 of those pictures.
Right.
And I'm like, why are you doing this, SF Weekly? Pot's been around a while. What is that scandalous to show pictures of a guy smoking pot? I don't get it.
I mean, it still is, because it still is an illegal drug.
Oh.
It's still highly regulated, despite how easy it is to get a green card and just get some. But that's another discussion.
Hold on. Oh, I was going to do pretending we were doing pot, but that's just so freaking... Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's so funny. I don't see, like, when, what's his name? Seth Rogen does the pot jokes. I don't get that's not funny. Those pot jokes. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a bong. You're smoking a bowl.
I'm drinking coffee.
Me too. Now, caffeine is a drug. Why isn't that funny?
Caffeine should be, like, regulated harder than marijuana.
Love is a drug. Love is a drug, and I need some more. Brian Ferry's coming to San Francisco. Brian Ferry from Roxy Music.
Oh, that's cool.
That's going to be in August. I'm not going to go because it's going to cost a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, money.
Money, money, money.
Money.
That was good.
They did an experiment where they laid out drugs, and then they had some spiders, and they gave the drugs to spiders.
Whoa.
And then the spiders made webs. And they looked at the effects, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was like the spider on meth almost did a good web, but it just missed a bunch. And the spider on hallucinogens made a really nice radial web, and it looked really nice and neat, but it was zero functionality.
Oh, interesting.
And the one on marijuana just kind of got lazy and stopped halfway through. And the one on caffeine was just fucking insane. It was just off the rocker. There was threads everywhere, and it was like, we feed this to people?
Yeah. Wow. There's webs all over. The stuff is coming out of its butt.
Yeah, it's just...
That's where the web stuff comes.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that marijuana spider. He was like, I was going to make a web, but I got high. But I got high. But I got high. Wow. I think it's time now, since we're in our interesting part of our show, for the segment News Random.
Cool.
News Random.
There, the News Random sweeper just played. I'm going to tell you this story apparently is true. I could not believe this. The Biological Sciences Department of City College of San Francisco, where hundreds of anatomy students receive hands-on instructions on human corpses, may have the greenest human cadaver program in the country. The 3 corpses currently stored in Science Hall at Ocean Campus right now in San Francisco are preserved in formaldehyde and kept cool enough to prevent decomposition by nothing more than the, is it Ingleside District fog? Or in other words, the fog that comes in through the window.
Right.
There's no electric refrigeration. The window is the only ventilation for the dead bodies.
That sounds like poetry.
The lab is no stranger to strangeness. In the 1980s, a burglar broke in and made away with a human head. Neither the thief nor the purloined head were ever discovered.
Dun, dun, dun.
But discovering the lab's antiquated storage techniques have shocked the administrators brought in to handle their ongoing accreditation crisis. There's a lot of structural problems. Oh, check this out. When they bring in a new body, they got to stick it in the elevator. They got to stand it up because they don't have those elevators that you're supposed to have that are lengthwise, that give you enough room. We've got formaldehyde that is perforating the building, peeling the paint, and so the solution way back when was to turn off the heat on that side of the building so we could keep the cadavers cold. Faculty and staff say the lab and the breezes greeting students busy with dissection through the open windows is just fine. Anatomy professor Michael Guthrie began teaching at City College in the spring of 1970. He said OSHA once inspected the cadaver lab in the early 80s. They said with the windows open and the wind we get up here, we actually have better ventilation.
Interesting.
Adding that it could be the damp weather and the age of the building that's peeling the paint, not the cadavers' preservatives.
It's natural causes. It's not all the formaldehyde around.
Yeah.
Sure.
He says, I could take you back to a program review I did 25 years ago and took pictures of the lab. It's the weather and the fact that it's an old building that's causing that. Modern labs have air and floor ventilation, as well as equipment for constant monitoring of temperature and chemicals in the air. They also have refrigeration. The college has hired an architectural firm to create plans for modernizing the lab with some guidance from faculty, but the project cost, including a necessary overhaul of the elevator, has ground renovation to a halt. And you're welcome. Yep. So that's what's going on at that college. Once again, that college is the City College of San Francisco.
Good for them. I, for one, approve.
So Hayley gives you a thumbs up with your body thing.
With your body thing.
Shake your body, shake it down.
Shake the groove thing, crack the groove thing, yeah, yeah.
Show 'em how to do it now.
Shake the groove thing, shake the groove, yeah, yeah.
As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley.
Show 'em how to do it now.
This is the Hayley moment where Hayley holds a note for a very long time. Did you watch the Grammys?
No.
Well, like I said, or maybe I didn't say, I only caught the first couple minutes. Antonin Scalia died. Antonin Scalia was a conservative.
Oh yeah, sorry, he's just so insignificant. I was like, who even cares? But
Jay sucks a whole lot of bone floats.
Is sad about it.
Yeah, apparently he knew him really well.
And he's like the only person that's sad about it.
And he said, and Obama wasted no time at all to try and find a replacement.
That's his job!
And frickin' he's first off, he's lying. The very first Twitter post about it was from a Republican saying, we gotta find a replacement now.
The McConnell guy, right?
Yes!
Because, sorry. McConnell was like, well, we should definitely not pick one until, because it's the election year. Yeah. And we gotta wait until the new president is in, because we don't want a stupid Democratic president putting in a guy. Did you see the response from one of the senators?
No.
I don't remember. I wish I could remember her name. But basically, she was like, do you say, like, the American people should have a choice about it? Well, they did when they elected Obama in, because it's Obama's position to put someone in. And the American people knew that. And we know that as senators. So if we're not living up to our end of the bargain, then this whole, like, America thing is kind of moot. And we're not living up to the Constitution or anything. And basically, you're just being an asshole by saying that we should wait. Because it doesn't say in the Constitution that the president gets to nominate someone with the consulting and permission of the Senate unless there's 1 year left in its term. So a senator actually posted that on Facebook as a response to...
Because they couldn't have posted that on Twitter in 140 characters. That was pretty long.
Yeah.
So that's... Yeah. I think... Well, I don't understand why... I said this on the last podcast. What's the big deal? They make it sound like... Okay, because I saw Fox said, now the court is evenly split. No, it's not, because what about that one guy that switches votes all the time? Like, sometimes he votes conservative, sometimes he's liberal. That's the whole... I'm like, the court, as it stands, approved gay marriage. Mm-hmm. So, how is replacing Antonin Scalia with another conservative, which is what they want to do, how is that going to make things any different? Because that's what we have now, before Antonin died.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, if he puts a Democrat or a liberal in there, then we're f***ed. So we're bleeping all over the place today. We want your kids to listen so they can learn how to cuss. I heard Rob say on a show, the Best Of show that you put in and you helped design. You do a good job on that show. I think he needs to end every show saying, props to Hayley. That's how he should end it. Props to Hayley, Rob Black. But he said, I want your kids to listen to this show so that they learn how to invest. Now, go take a picture of your mom naked in the shower. No, he didn't say that. But,
no, I didn't say that.
What do you think about this picture for the podcast pic? Oh, here's today's podcast picture.
And here's today's podcast picture.
What's that shirt you're wearing? What's the logo say?
It says toaster pastry. I got
it's a 21A.
It's a 21A. No? Alright, we'll go with a different one. That
one's nice.
It's got the Benicia background.
Benicia, the rodeo town.
Is it?
No.
Oh, Benita, the rodeo queen. I get it. Mark, that's right. That town should be named after me, y'all. Yeah, you should shut up. Oh my God, I'm divorcing you.
Drama.
We're just play fighting. We're gonna make out later. Yeah, that's right. Bye.
I didn't need to know that.
We didn't need to know that. We didn't have breakfast yet. Now we're definitely not gonna have breakfast.
I had toast.
You did? Mm-hmm. Was it a toaster pastry?
No.
I feel sad. Oh, I had this weird dream that our boss got, like, I came into his office and I'm like, hey, I'm all set to do the top 8 at 8. That's, for some reason, I thought I was at K-Hay still. And he goes, well, you might want to hold off on that because they let me go. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, no. So hopefully that was just a weird dream and didn't predict anything.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's just radio is such a weird, fickle business. But this company seems to have kept people for a long time, so...
Yeah, it's because they don't like hiring new people.
Then I'm pretty lucky. Wait, they did hire me, didn't they? Yes. Or am I just loitering here?
A little bit of both. We're all just loitering here. The pay isn't good enough.
When finally... Any final thought? You're playing with something there on your face. Is that a massive zit? What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know if that... You need...
My bad. I should get rid of it.
I got a bottle of hydrogen peroxide if you need it.
That'll help.
Anything else? So, and you said you watched... Oh, tell everyone about that movie, because I didn't know what it was. And
yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know about Boondock Saints.
No, Boondock Saints.
It's a fairly old movie now. It's 90s? I think it's 90s. I don't think it's 80s. Very artistic.
And I should go see it.
Yeah. I think it's on Netflix for a while, so you can check if it's still there. But it's just one of those artistic, kind of shocking movies. Kind of like Pulp Fiction was shocking, but it's a lot more artistic and it has a deeper meaning to it. It's not absurd for the sake of absurd like Quentin Tarantino tends to do.
Yeah.
It's not flashy.
No.
It has scenes where it is very well presented and dramatic and actiony that no, it's really, really good.
Okay. I should watch it. I like artistic thing. I heard also In Bruges is good too.
The what?
In Bruges, it's a like a couple of hitmen that live in Bruges. Oh, Eric, the director of the play that I saw a couple weeks ago, he told me to go see that.
I've never heard of that.
It's got Ray Fiennes. Ray Fiennes. Rafe. Finally, I wanted to mention. I've been watching a lot of Anthony Bourdain Layover, where he goes to a town and then he eats a bunch of food and talks to a bunch of different chefs, and I love that. It made me feel so good. I watched the one on Hong Kong. It's so nice. And I said to my roommate who's from Hong Kong, I go, "That's what Hong Kong's like?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Wow." And he said, "I know. Ferries everywhere. The boats. Ferry boats.
Ferry boats.
And you get on a ferry boat, pay 30 cents. Next thing you know, you're going across the water.
What?
It's crazy.
30 cents?
Finally, I wanted to say, what's up with Twitter?
Tweet.
But did you hear? Like, they said this. And actually, I was listening on Friday. Oh, wait, you weren't here Friday. But apparently the big news was Twitter didn't get any new users in, like, December. No new accounts.
See, that's so weird.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, it's a combination of dropped off users and canceled users and users that came on. There was probably no net K.
Do you use Twitter? I don't get Twitter. And now they're trying to reformat everything.
The best thing about Twitter is there's a lot of comedians nowadays, and not necessarily the big names, who go on Twitter, they make an account. It could be under their name, it could be under like a persona type thing, just something kind of off kilter and a little bit funny, and they use it to practice jokes because it's 140 characters. It's quick,
Yes.
it's a fast way to make people laugh.
Humor is the soul of brevity.
Right, and it's
something like that.
They can. It's usually like absurdist humor, but sometimes it's just pure wit. So they can do situational in the same thing. It's like a practice for punchlines that don't require a huge setup.
I see.
And it's really fun to see all the different comedians practicing their work on Twitter.
Okay. Do you know what else is really funny? Is Wait, Don't Tell Me. NPR. With, what's his face? And he has on Paula Poundstone a lot. It's a game show with like 3 comedians, and they take callers.
Yeah.
And it's done in Chicago.
Never heard of this.
Kind of old. I stopped listening to it for a while because I'm like, this is all scripted out. But I found it again, and they poke fun at the week's events and like stuff that you saw maybe on Bing or Google search or Twitter.
What interesting things are on Bing today?
Really? Like what?
No, what interesting things?
Oh,
are?
what?
We should look. We should do a new segment here. I'll do the liner. Bing homepage. Bing, bing, bing.
Well, they're talking about the Grammy winners. They have on this date gun massacre history.
Whoa.
When it comes to gun violence on Valentine's Day, many will think of the 1929 massacre at Al Capone's South Side gang battle with Irish American people.
That's what I thought of. I didn't.
What Bosnia's big move? Where's Bosnia moving to? Bosnia applies for EU membership, hoping to make up ground. Are you glad I looked? Are you glad I looked?
Yeah, I'm entertained.
Oh, Spitzer, Elliot Spitzer's being investigated again for an assault claim.
Oh, speaking of Irish shootouts.
Against Elliot Spitzer. Go ahead.
That's what Boondock Saints is about. There's these two Irish guys.
Oh, and they're shooting out?
Two Irish guys in the Irish neighborhood of Boston, and they're highly religious, and they're shooting stuff.
Oh, okay. It all comes back around.
I did want to say that if you're going to watch it, don't expect all your nice pleasantries of, like, when we bleep stuff out. Because that movie has probably more F words per minute
Wow.
than Wolf of Wall Street.
Really?
Or possibly Birdman.
Oh.
You know?
Did they cuss a lot in Birdman? I forgot.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Okay.
There's a serious amount of cussing in Birdman. And they actually make fun of it at one point. Because, like, this one guy is getting super frustrated, but also, like, really excited. And so he's trying to get out his words, but he's just like, F, F, and F, F. One of the Irish guys just like, well, he certainly is showing the versatility of the word. Because it's like a complete sentence and it's just all F words.
I think I'm going to enjoy this movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Thank you for your review.
Yeah, of course.
And what's going on the Bing homepage. I feel like we should end with a song. What?
Martin Shkreli lost $15 million.
Yay! That guy's a jerk.
Did you hear about that?
No.
He got scammed.
He got scammed?
He wanted to buy, and he said this publicly, that he wanted to buy out Kanye West's Life of Pablo album before it was released.
Yeah.
And someone contacted him pretending to be a delegate on behalf of Kanye West. And took $15 million in bitcoins from him.
Oh my God.
And disappeared.
Whoa.
And he was ranting like a 15-year-old on Twitter.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was so great.
I hate Bitcoin. Do you have any Bitcoins?
I don't have any Bitcoins. I wish I had some Bitcoins.
Really?
Yeah, because if you had bought, say, 10 Bitcoins back in 2005 or so, nowadays, 10 Bitcoins would be like
a gazillion.
$2,000.
Oh. Huh.
Like, yeah.
See, I thought it went down in value.
No. It might have gone down in value recently, but it shot up.
Now, that guy, what's his name? Shkreli?
Yeah.
I 15 million may not mean anything to him, but still, it's funny. Ha ha ha!
Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna get my money back, and I guess, like,
yeah.
Whatever service he transferred him through is worth.
Not if we throw you in jail first, you evil villain guy who scoffs. Scoffer. Well, thank you.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Is his scoffing.
If he could just somehow,
not scoff,
that would be great. But he's a scofflaw.
Scoff-a-lot? Aha, Sir Scoff-a-lot!
I don't know if I should end the show because you're suddenly just exploding with things, Hayley. It's like I'm watching a fantastic kaleidoscope of imagery and colors, which I guess is what a kaleidoscope is.
Imagery and colors, yeah.
Torn into the stream of love you've done to level 42.
Is that what you think of when you think of kaleidoscopes?
Yeah. I think of level 42.
I think of Crimson and Clover.
Crimson and Clover, la 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 la.
When she comes walking over,
La la la.
and I'm begging to show her
That's a great song.
Crimson and Clover.
Well, we want to thank you for listening to the show. Next show, it's going to be Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
And me.
Hayley will be back.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like Thursday.
Thursday?
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
This day's all screwed up now because there was a holiday and I had to work 2 shifts at 2 separate radio stations. I'm confused. I did see at the Grammys, Meghan Trainor. You are the sun, you are the rain, makes my life this foolish game.
How'd she do?
She, how